What is up, YouTube? Thank you for checking back in with another TDH upload. On today's video, I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet and straight to the point so I don't bore you guys. We have a lot of things that have been going on off camera. I guess I'll dive into the first thing. As you guys saw me carrying a little box into the garage, I got myself a set of 555cc injectors. They're Nismo RB26DETT injectors. They have been flow tested and are ready to go for my CA. I picked them up from a buddy of mine named Kip, and then I also have my ECU out with Martin from RS Enthalpy. He just installed Nistune on that guy and loaded a base map for me. So once we get that guy back and figure out what we're doing with paint for the actual engine bay itself, we'll be just diving in. I'll be getting the CA all together, and I mean, we're really in the final stretch. It's just kind of waiting on me. On the other hand, we have the subframe out of the car. I've got just a couple things on here. These are the ISR camber arms that I bought in that master set. I've got all those boxes down there like I showed you in the last upload. My buddy Jack is doing me a huge favor, and he is blasting all of my parts. So as you guys can see, this thing is super minty, super clean. I gotta wipe it down a little bit, but it's really shiny and really nice compared to this old raggedy one over here. So basically what's going on, I've made a little deal with him. If you guys couldn't tell by the title, the 4BT is not mine, alright? I wish it was, but I'm just doing my buddy a favor. He wants to get this guy installed into a Wrangler, so that, I'm hoping this will be on the channel. Well, I mean, I'm going to try to include as much of it as I can. I just don't know what he's going to be doing, and that's going to be at his pace. I just would love to surround 4BT content around this channel. So, you know, it's awesome stuff, and maybe one day I'd love to get myself one and throw it in an X-shape. But the reason why I'm talking about that is my buddy Jack is helping me out with blasting, and I'm helping him out with keeping that guy in the garage. So he's going to be polishing out my intake manifold. He's already polished out one of my cam covers, and he's working on the second one now. We've removed these fittings here. I'll be welding in AN fittings and running those to a catch cam, blah blah blah. There's just a lot going on for the 240, and I'm trying to make some headway on it, and I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed because I've done a lot of this stuff off camera, as you guys can see. I feel bad. I really do want to film some of this, but you guys have already seen me messing with the subframe, and I just hate to upload the same content twice. I mean, I guess it makes sense because it's a different car, but I don't know. You guys have seen this stuff and, you know, all that jazz. But I just wanted to bring you up to speed on what was going on and the whole situation on the channel. So, with that being said, once everything is blasted, as you guys can see, I've got my knuckle here. This thing is super pretty, all cleaned up. I laid down, you know, just some seafoam green, or whatever you want to call it, ocean mist color on here with some clear coat, and same thing with the subframe, just to, you know, make it a little prettier. And while it's out, I might as well. We'll move over to the CA real quick. You guys can see the block is super cleaned up, nice and glossy and black. The front covers are in primer right now. They were blasted and they were stripped, so I wanted to get a coat of paint on them before there was any corrosion on the aluminum itself, or, you know, any nonsense going on here. Florida's a very wet state, so I just like to, you know, keep everything in primer, or at least a little bit of paint on there. But yeah, as you guys can see, everything's on there. Ignore my bezel. My damn vents broke. They fell out, so that's kind of why it's up there. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna reinstall those because all the plastic clips broke. So rest in peace, Dodge problems. But that is that, guys. I'm gonna turn the camera on here in just 1 second. When I clean up the garage, as you can see, I got this random big ass thing here. I picked up another one of those from the shop at work. The guy that I work with, he's my welder's helper. He gets these things from the place that he works at part-time, and they were just gonna scrap them. So I was like, yo, let me grab them. So anyways, let me throw that stuff in that back closet and do a little bit of organizing, and then I'll check in with you guys in just a minute. I had to do the vacuum pump reseal kit on the Dodge after I did that power steering pump. I'll show you guys that. Let me not ramble. I'll see you in 1 second. Alright guys, so I've got the cabinet moved over there. I've got CA parts everywhere. A couple Dodge parts, you know. People ask if I like CAs. I do. Got a little hold down on some parts. No, they're not for sale. Leave me alone. Anyways, my buddy Jack is over here. This is the gentleman that owns the 4BT. We are starting to strip this guy down right now. There is the YJ for reference if you guys haven't seen it on the channel before. We will go into detail. I don't really know the whole thing like I explained earlier, like what his whole plan with it is right now, but what I do know is we're going to get it on the stand and we're going to clean it up, disassemble a few bits. He's going to start buying parts for it. I'm cleaning up an area to put some of my storage stuff up here while I'm cleaning all this, and then some of the 4B parts are going to go up there. And yeah, so I just wanted to introduce you guys to Jack on the channel. I wish it was, you know, my 4BT, and maybe one of these days I'll have one, but for now this has been a dream of his, and we're gonna just film it here on the channel. So hopefully within the next year and a half, 2 years, we'll be able to make some good progress on this guy and get it in his YJ. He goes to school and works full-time, so this is just a good project to have, and I wanted to just show you guys on the channel because obviously that's what we do. We like Cummins stuff, we like 240 stuff and all that good stuff. So blah 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 blah. I keep rambling. We're just going to disassemble this right now, get it up on the stand, and I'll check in with you guys after that. As you guys can see, we've got her up on the engine stand here. All the weight is off of it, straps unhooked, and pull everything out. As you guys can see, bam, she is free. So we got a 4BT up on the stand, put a block of wood under there just for safety precautions. That way, you know, all that weight doesn't let go. But we got some grade 10.9 bolts. They do the job here. They'll hold up to like 1,000 pounds. So we got 4 of them on the back there with a little block. So yeah, whenever Jack starts getting some parts and figuring out what he's going to do with it, we will obviously update it on the channel. I will probably update you guys tomorrow morning because we're going to do a little bit of trailer repair. I've got the trailer here, and we're getting the 4BT up so we can push it in the corner, pull my trailer in, cut out some of this rust here, and I've got some L channel that I'm going to go ahead and weld up underneath there to support that hanging sheet of metal, and I'm also going to add some car strap like tie down area. So that is the game plan, guys. Just wanted to update you so I didn't you know, leave you guys hanging on the 4BT. Really excited to bring this to the little YJ. Hopefully we can get it done in a reasonable time and you know, bring her to life. But that is that, guys. I guess I will see you in the morning. That is a wrap right now. I don't really have much else for you guys. We're just gonna set it in the corner, kind of clean up the area, and that's that. So alrighty, guys, see you in the morning. Good morning, guys. We are back out here in the garage. We had finished wrapping up the 4BT last night on the stand, tucked away, good to go. As you guys see, I've got my trailer pulled here somewhat in the garage, in the driveway. We're going to be cutting out the sections where this rust has started forming, all this cancer here, and for right now, my quick fix, so that way we can use the trailer to tow Winston down to OSW Black Friday 3-day event that I did last year. This time, we're taking Winston's car because obviously my S13 is not ready. So got a few things to go over with this guy. Like I talked to you guys about in the last upload or 2 uploads ago when I bought the trailer, I wanted to go over a few things, and that's kind of the game plan this morning. I'm gonna square everything away. We're gonna weld down some new tie downs for the car straps. That way we have some secure, legit mounting points, because this guy, they were trying, but they just didn't make any like secure, legit mounting points that make me feel safe. So that's on the game plan. Removing the rust, checking the hubs, just going over everything, making sure it's ready for a 2 hour and a half trip down to Orlando. So let me shut up, stop running my mouth. Let's get to doing some cutting, and yeah, from there, once we cut that out, we'll lay down some L channel, brace that part up just enough so that way a car can pull up on it, and the car's frame, like, so this rust doesn't fall through and the car frame doesn't land on the trailer like that. We're just be putting a couple brackets across the bottom of it to brace it, and then once I figure out what I'm wanting to do, whether I want to replace all of this with full sheets of steel, or if I'm just gonna grab a couple patch panels, like got some stainless sheet here, another stainless, got a mild one here, so I've got a couple sheets that I could use. I just don't feel like doing the whole process at this very moment because Black Friday starts in like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, and yeah, it's gonna take us at least 2.5 to get down there. Okay, let me shut up. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. There, we got Winston on the welder, hanging out with us. Yeah, buddy. Alrighty, guys. So we did some repairs. We knocked down a bunch of the shit welds that somebody welded on here. Re-welded it. Put a little brace plate on there. So we have the weld that comes down through, and then we weld it all the way around. Underneath it, same thing here. You can see where the weld is. Ground it down, weld it all the way around. Welded that side up. That side seems to be okay. We're welding down these little, whatever you want to call them, I don't really know, I guess, guards. Just welding them down in place, and we're going to weld our bars across here. And we'll have like a temporary fix on the trailer. I just want to get this secured so that way we can test load up like the Jeep before we go all the way to South Jacks to load up his 350Z. We just want to make sure that it'll hold the weight of a vehicle, and you know, all the rust spots that we're repairing are all good to go, because we're going to be going 2 hours with this thing. So I got to check over my bearings on the tires, but other than that, guys, everything is looking pretty good. I took that tire off. That one looked good. About to pull this one off, check that, and then I'll do the fronts after we get done back here. So that is that as far as the trailer repair. As soon as we wrap this up and get it all done with, obviously I'll just check in with you guys, probably close out this video, and then I'll start a new one for Black Friday itself. I've got to charge this camera, I've got to charge my other GoPro, and my Vixia, so I got a lot to do before we leave. All right, guys, see you in a couple minutes. Alrighty, guys, we are back from OSW. It's actually a couple days after Thanksgiving's already gone and passed. I hope you guys had a nice holiday week. Hopefully you guys got a couple days off of work, you know, enjoying, relaxing. And for those of you who got to spend it with your family, be grateful for that, because sadly, you know, a lot of people are missing out on that with this whole COVID nonsense. But that's not really what I want to talk about, guys. I just want to check in with you at the end of the video. Sadly, the injector on number 4 in Winston's 350Z, it decided to pack its bags and check out. So Black Friday wasn't really much of a success for us, but on the positive side, the trailer worked out great. We had 0 issues. Our quick trailer repairs, they held up, held the weight. Our new tie down points, everything worked out just as planned. You know, the trailer really did awesome. The next thing I'd like to look for are obviously trailer brakes for the trailer itself, and then looking into maybe getting some trailer fenders. That way I can either fold them down or make them removable or something. That way, you know, there's no debris and stuff slinging up on the truck and the car that's on the trailer. But that's the positive side of things. I wanted to just close this video out. I got a couple clips from Black Friday, you know, between the ride-alongs and stuff that I got and filming on the outside. I had a big issue with one of my SD cards, my micro SD card. It completely crashed, and I lost some of my footage that I filmed on the Nikon. I have some other footage that was on my normal SD card that worked out. I got a couple ride-alongs with Huffman, so I will probably throw that in the next video, next upload. You guys will see that probably in the beginning, just a couple clips, nothing crazy, but I definitely wanted to bring you guys up to speed and not leave you hanging on the video. So sadly, some things just don't work out, but that's motorsports, and you know, that's life. So at least we got one thing fixed. The trailer is good, it's functional. Got a few more odds and ends to fix on it, and it should be a really helpful trailer here on the channel. So yeah, that's about that, guys. I'm going to be jumping on some other stuff for the S13. You guys will see that in the next upload. I've already started filming that stuff. A bunch of bushing replacements on the knuckles, and I've also started stripping down the paint on the S13. So there's a lot of things coming up for the next couple uploads. Just kind of me procrastinating and losing motivation, and just I need to step it up and you know, get back to it. So that is about that, guys. I do appreciate every single one of you watching. Hopefully we will have the S13 going here in the next couple days, like getting this rear subframe all thrown back together, getting the car back on the ground, and really starting to dive into getting ready for paint prep and assembling everything. So that is that, guys. I will see you in the next upload. Later.